Now, we are getting ourselves a nice early start this morning. And I realized that from a way back where you are, you can't see that the little rudder broke off of this lifeboat here. But in order to deal with that, or for it to make more sense, you might say, maybe we should do the rollback. And then I know it's kind of hard to see from way back where you are, but it stuck to my tweezer. I must have something. Oh yeah, there's something on the tweezer there. Well, I'll wipe that off. Okay, I think we should. Oh, I dropped it back down in the same place where I had to dig it out of in the rollback. It must want to be there really, really bad. Anyway, I know that you can't see it from back where you are. You're probably about 16 inches away, but that's what the macro lens is for, right? Okay, let's roll back, and then we'll see in about, I think it's about 10, 12 minutes, something like that. Yeah. Okay. I rattled around with my lens and I got whatever was jammed to release. I don't know how long it's going to last, but let's try the autofocus here. I'm just going to push the button. I didn't like the sound of that, but it did work. Okay, let's try it on something a little closer here. I'm just going to lock the tripod in place. It's not sounding too healthy. Now, the reason why I moved in here on this is apparently I've broken the rudder off of that lifeboat. I think it's about as sharp as we can get it. Yeah, you can see it there. Thanks, Mark. Thank you. Now you'll remember that I was saying that I thought these lenses had a 10-year warranty. Well, turns out it was only a 5-year warranty when I bought these. And right now, Nikon is only offering a 1-year warranty on their lenses. So, yeah. Alright, here's hoping I ordered the right size. In case I have to send it back, I want to keep everything as pristine as possible here. Alright. Here's one that I've been using that I know fits. That looks okay. Let's try it in the tripod. Okay, here's what this is all about. I like to use these ball head tripods. They're really good for here at the model table. They're useless for outside if you want to pan a scene. But the problem is, most of my lenses are these big, heavy. They weigh about as much as the camera. They're very front heavy, and they don't work really well with the short, quick mount plate that comes with these things. Just let me get rid of this cord. Okay, so probably what's going to happen now, because I'm turning my camera upside down, my lens is going to jam up again. But hey, I sort of know how to tap it. Sort of like you have to know where to hit it. Okay. Okay, I can see we've got a bit of a problem here. This looks like a 5/16 thread, and this is a 1/4 by 20, or is it 24? Anyway, it's not going to fit. So it's we're going to have to take one of these out of here. I should have done a dry run before I pressed record here. Okay, now this hopefully is going to fit when I go like this, yeah. And I think there's enough thread there. Yeah, that's going to work good. Okay, now the idea is that, where's my Canadian dime here? Now the idea is, let's see if it's, I hope you can still see it. Alright, looks like we're going to have to take one of these screws out. I can see I'm going to have another problem in that this is going to come loose too easily. Maybe I have to put some masking tape on the underside of this thing. Anyway, let's just take one of these out here. Now these little screws in the end, the idea is it's sort of like supposed to be like a safety thing, so that if this came loose, it wouldn't slide right out and fall on the ground. Okay, it should fit now. Yeah, this is not going to work. I'm going to have to do something about that. Anyway, let's just, so that you can see what it's all about. Okay, now what I would do is lock this in place. Okay, now what we want to do is try and find the sweet spot so that it stays balanced. It doesn't want to fall forward. Yeah, that's going to be a lot better. At least I think it will. Anyway, that's what this long quick plate is for. Okay, I think I've got all of our problems solved here. What I did was I cut a little piece of foam like this, and I put it in between the camera base and this thing, and it seems to be that problem's fixed. And yeah, I can balance it now. It works a lot better. It doesn't keep wanting to fall forward. Now I know a person could say, well, why don't you just tighten these things up? Well, that's what I was doing. I was tightening them up, but you had to really reef on them. And I don't know. Anyway, like I say, problem solved. I think I'm going to get another one of these and put it on the Z9. If it ever comes, that is. Okay, let's see if we can put the rudder on that lifeboat now. Now there's one more thing that I just noticed. I took it off the tripod there a minute ago, and when I set it down on the table, I realized that it stays nice and flat. And there is occasion when I've wanted the camera right down really low, like when I was doing the side of the ship there, and you didn't see it, but I was propping it up with little blocks of wood to try and get it, level. Well, hey, another bonus. I love this thing. Yeah. Now I've got something here beside me that is a real nice little treat. I haven't done this, I don't think, at the model table ever before, and at least not in the evening. Now, we gotta, let's see here. Oops, put it back where it was. No, come on. All right. Now, it seems to me that it just sort of hung over the edge there like that. Looks like I've got, oh, that's on the tweezer. I thought there was something on the, okay. I think maybe the best way to do this, all right, I see what the problem is. This hose reel is slightly in the wrong place. Yeah, I have to think of something here. Hey. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to glue those down later, aren't we? Okay, I'll think of something. Maybe what I should do is sleep on it. Okay. Now, I actually made this about an hour ago. And what I've got here is 50 grams of popcorn. I probably won't eat it all tonight. Well, it depends how it goes. You know, it's like you having one salted peanut. You can't have just one. You got to have more. Anyway, I'm going to call it an evening here. And yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it is morning. And this is sort of reminiscent of the rollback from last night. But I had a thought. I remember when we were dealing with these rudders, way back when we were working with the lifeboats, and one of the viewers, in fact more than one now that I think of it, made the comment that the rudders, when the lifeboats were on the decks like this, they were not attached to the boat. They were removable. And they were just sort of laying, you know, down in the inside the boat. Now, who says it has to be glued back on? Maybe this when it broke off like this, that's a blessing in disguise. I could just touch it up and get rid of that photo etch that's showing through here. Oh my goodness! Look at the sunrise. We are going to have another beautiful sunrise this morning. Anyway, whoops. Oh my goodness, Ron. Is this model going to make it to the case? I sure hope so. I got to start moving more slowly and deliberately and sort of plan ahead. And I told you I wouldn't eat it all. Now, I really like dogs, especially when somebody else has to look after them and pay their vet bills, which these days can be pretty expensive. Yeah, when I used to raise dogs, we didn't have vet bills. Times have changed. You can't get away with not looking after your dog now, or the animal rights activists will be after you. Yeah, and you'll find yourself hauled into court and charged with dog abuse or something. Anyway, Missy came by, and Missy's got to be the most friendly little dog I have ever seen. I'm not kidding. So friendly, tries so hard to get you to like her. And I do. Yeah, you remember Missy, the carrot-eating dog? Well, lately she's kept out of the carrots. Yeah, the carrots are safe. Or maybe I should say the rabbit's food is safe. Anyway. Well, our sunrise fizzled out about as fast, if not faster, than it came up. Now all I want to do here is just get rid of that glint, so that when it's laying down on its side, I was going to do this in deck tan, give it sort of a wood color, and then I realized that what I'm going to be laying on is deck tan, and it'll just sort of blend in. I want it to sort of stand out, even though this rudder on this boat, in all likelihood, at that time, 100 years ago, would have been made out of wood. I don't think those smaller boats had metal rudders. No, they might have been. The motor launchers might have been, but if I'm not mistaken, this one's sort of a kind of a rowboat, sailboat type thing. Anyway, we'll just let that dry now, and maybe we'll take a closer look at it later. Oh, remember when we made these things up? Yeah, working really, really good. Oh no, look out my window. Now there is another lifeboat over on the other side, mirror image to this one, and the rudder's still on it. I'm just going to leave it. And when you get in close like this, you can really see all the imperfections. Now why is this not coming off of there? Maybe the paint is not quite dry. Now how would that actually be in the... I would think it would probably be something just like that. So maybe if I was to take a little bit of CA and put it in the middle of that grating, yet on the other hand, I wanted that detail to show. Would it be maybe more like that? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It is so small that in all likelihood nobody's going to notice it. Mind you, Mark noticed. I'm not getting any CA off of my applicator here. Okay, maybe I just couldn't see it. Okay, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on like this, with the tiller part slightly hanging over so it shows up. Yeah, and then I'll take some number 77 and I'll just touch that up later. I guess I was squeezing too hard with my tweezer when I was holding it. Okay. Okay. I have decided not to try and straighten this, because it's just going to be too easy to accidentally put too much force on this connection up here. So I'm just going to leave it, and this side of the ship is the side that's going to be facing away. It's going to be on the far side of the display case, the back side. So nobody's going to see this ladder anyway, unless I was to put a mirror in the back, and I don't think I'm going to do that. In fact, I'm sure I'm not. But when I go around and do the ladder on the other side, which I will be doing off camera, I'll just make sure that I have this platform and this platform at the same parallel plane. Okay, our easy line has to go from these two holes on the bottom of these stringers up to this, what is supposed to be like a pulley at the top here. And now, the best would be if I could drill a tiny little hole through that pulley, but being as it's already mounted on the deck, that's out. And even if it wasn't, I don't know if I dare try it, because I'd probably end up breaking this simulated pulley off of the end of the davit. So there's the next thing I could do would be to wind it around the pulley, because you can see that it would lend itself to that being done, and then have them come down. There'd be two lines. One would go through the one hole, and the other would go through the other hole. Or I could come up with the two lines and just sort of attach them each separately somehow. You know what? I think maybe the best thing to do would be to have the line drape over the top of the davit, and naturally it's not going to be exactly right, but being as the easy line is so very, very fine, I don't think anybody had noticed that it's going over top of the davit instead of hanging down from the pulley. And then run each line individually through the holes, pull it so that you might say it's taut. I don't know if taut is the right word to use in a case like this, because all it has to do is, as I mentioned before, have the illusion that the davit is holding this up, when in fact it's the platform up here. Okay, let's sort of recompose here a little bit somehow. We'll zoom in on this part first, and then we'll just hang about 2 inches of line down, or like there would be two inches of line hanging down, just so it's a little bit longer than this. This is the practice side, remember? This is the side that's going to be against the wall, that nobody's going to see. So we're going to find out what does and doesn't work for the other side. Okay, this is just for perspective here. Now, I'd had a thought. You can see the pulley hanging down from the end of the davit there. I wonder if it would be possible to tie the easy line in like a sort of a knot around this pulley here. I'm going to give it a try. Okay, I want to have to get my easy line adjusted here. I don't want to waste any. Otherwise we'll be emailing our friend Tony in Toronto and asking him, could you pick up some more? Mind you, I think I can get it online now. This was a couple of years ago or more. Okay, I think the thing to do is to tie the knot first and then slip it over. So we'll just do that. Just bear with me here. Okay, this is the first knot. I accidentally pulled it tight, and I couldn't pull it apart. So we've wasted about 3 inches of easy line, but I'm not going to really waste it. I'm going to put it aside. We might be able to use it somewhere for the rigging. I'm sure we're going to need a piece that's about 3 inches long. Okay, I'm going to tie another knot here. This is like trying to do eye surgery or something. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I think that's going to look believable when it's, when they're pulled down tight. Just try it here. Is it going to slip off? I don't think so. No, I think it's going to look pretty good. It's going to look believable. Okay, here's our knot up here. This is the short line. Could have been maybe a little bit shorter. And this one is still attached to the spool here. Oh well, just cut it off about here. Okay, now we have to thread these through the two little holes that are in the bottom of those stringers. But that's going to have to be in the next episode, I'm afraid. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I get a coffee visitor. And he's going to be here in about 47 minutes. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.